Luka Doncic has only been a Laker for a few months, but he's already becoming one of the most talked-about names in Los Angeles. And now, thanks to a surprising admission, fans are starting to see a whole new side of the superstar guard. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. This summer could define the future of the Lakers. After another disappointing playoff run, the front office is under pressure to make real changes. Trades, signings, coaching adjustments, everything is on the table. But while all of that unfolds behind the scenes, one major shift has already happened right in front of our eyes: the arrival of Luka Doncic. Back in early February, the Lakers made one of the most shocking moves in recent NBA history. Out of nowhere, they landed Luka Doncic in a blockbuster trade that no insider saw coming. Fans were stunned. Analysts were speechless. Even opposing players didn't know how to react. It was the kind of move that shakes up the entire league. And now, the Lakers are hoping it'll be the catalyst for their next championship run. But let's be honest, the trade didn't come without questions. Doncic's talent has never been in doubt. He's one of the most gifted offensive players we've seen in years. But in Dallas, things weren't perfect. Behind the scenes, there were growing concerns about Luka's physical condition, especially his long-term commitment to staying in shape. Sources close to the Mavericks revealed that the organization was worried about whether Doncic was taking his conditioning seriously enough. At times, he looked sluggish. His body language didn't always scream intensity. And after several seasons of up-and-down fitness levels, Dallas decided to move on. It wasn't a decision based on skill. It was about sustainability, and whether Doncic had the discipline to be a long-term leader. Now, in Los Angeles, Doncic has a fresh start. A new city, a new system, and a new opportunity to rewrite the narrative. And at the center of that transformation, none other than LeBron James. At 40 years old, LeBron continues to defy expectations. He's not just playing at a high level, he's still leading, still dominating, and still setting the standard for preparation and professionalism. And for Luka Doncic, that influence is already having a major effect. In a recent appearance on the Mind the Game podcast, Doncic opened up about one of the most powerful lessons he's learned from LeBron so far. And it wasn't about scoring. It wasn't about passing. It was about discipline. First of all, Doncic said, he shows up like 10 hours before the game. That was the main thing. When I get to the arena, he's already done working out. Think about that for a second. LeBron, at 40, still puts in that kind of effort. Hours before tip-off, he's grinding, sweating, preparing like it's Game 7 of the finals. And for a younger player like Doncic, seeing that up close is eye-opening. That kind of work ethic leaves a mark. And according to those around the Lakers organization, Luka is already responding. He's begun an intense new conditioning program, working with trainers and nutritionists to reshape his body and build better habits. Photos from recent workouts show a noticeably leaner Doncic, a player who looks like he's taken the criticism to heart and is determined to prove everyone wrong. Since the moment he arrived in LA, fans and analysts have zeroed in on his fitness. Every picture, every post-game interview, every highlight reel. People want to know, is Doncic finally taking his body seriously? Is he ready to match his talent with the discipline it takes to win at the highest level? The conversations have only intensified after the Lakers' early postseason exit. Critics on social media didn't hold back, with some comparing his current frame to his rookie season, when he appeared more agile, lighter, and quicker on his feet. The difference is noticeable. And Doncic knows it. But what's even more important is that Doncic isn't shying away from the challenge. He's embracing it. He's putting in the work. And more importantly, he's listening, especially to the right people. LeBron's influence isn't just motivational, it's practical. From pre-game routines to recovery strategies, from film study to mental preparation, he's showing Doncic what it takes to build a legacy. And slowly but surely, it looks like Doncic is following that blueprint. That's why there's a growing sense of optimism around this Lakers team. With LeBron still performing at an elite level, and Doncic learning, evolving, and adapting, LA might have something special brewing. The potential is undeniable. The talent is there. And if Doncic's transformation continues, this duo could become one of the most dangerous pairings in the entire NBA. Of course, questions still remain. Will Doncic stay consistent with his training? Will the Lakers make the right roster moves to support him and LeBron? And can this team come together in time to make a serious run next season? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear, Luka Doncic is no longer just relying on talent alone. He's learning. He's growing. And with LeBron James as his mentor, he might just be ready to take the next step and bring championship basketball back to Los Angeles. Could we finally be witnessing the rise of Bronny James as a legitimate NBA player? The answer may surprise you. According to new reports that surfaced in June, Bronny James is expected to take on a much bigger role with the Los Angeles Lakers next season. And if that happens, it would mark a dramatic shift from his limited playing time during his rookie year. Last season, Bronny suited up for 27 games. But with an average of just 6 minutes per contest, there wasn't much time for him to make a serious impression. Most of his appearances felt like ceremonial check-ins, brief moments driven more by curiosity and legacy than true opportunity. But that might be about to change. Sources told Athlon Sports that executives across the Western Conference believe the Lakers are planning to give Bronny meaningful minutes. Not just garbage time. Real, competitive, pressure-filled minutes. One anonymous executive was quoted saying, "There's no question what their plan is. I know he gets a lot of criticism because of who his father is. But we've seen a lot of tape on Bronny, and the truth is, the version of him we saw in April was miles ahead of the player we saw in October. And July. Forget it. He's clearly on the rise." And that statement holds weight. Because when Bronny began spending time in the G League with the South Bay Lakers, his growth became impossible to ignore. Suddenly, the nerves were gone. He was reading the floor better, defending more aggressively, and making smarter decisions with the ball in his hands. The improvement was undeniable. According to Terra's Steve Devy, another executive emphasized Bronny's dedication to the game, pointing out that his development, even after limited college time at USC, has been impressive. There's also a strong belief that continuing to split time between the NBA roster and the G League will give him the perfect environment to refine his skills without overwhelming pressure. But here's what really turned heads. Back in late March, the Lakers were facing off against the Milwaukee Bucks. It was supposed to be a routine game. But due to roster issues and matchups, Bronny ended up playing 20 full minutes. And he didn't waste a second of it. He scored 17 points, shooting an efficient 7-for-11 from the field. No hesitation. No panic. Just poise, confidence, and production. That performance changed everything. Because when a second-round pick delivers like that, especially under the spotlight of the Lakers, people notice. Fans, coaches, front office execs, the media. Suddenly, Bronny James wasn't just LeBron's son. He was a legitimate prospect. Let's be honest, there's been skepticism surrounding Bronny since day one. Critics said he only got drafted because of his last name. There were even reports that other NBA teams considered stashing him overseas, in leagues like Australia's NBL, just to avoid the media attention. But despite all the noise, the Lakers stood firm. They saw potential. And they're standing by it. Now, to be fair, the Lakers do have a crowded backcourt. There are plenty of guards vying for minutes. But Bronny brings something different. He's a high IQ player who doesn't try to do too much. He defends. He makes the extra pass. He plays within the system. He's not trying to be a star. He's trying to be a pro. Some scouts believe he could eventually evolve into a combo guard, or even a small ball wing depending on how his body and skill set develop. And while it's too early to make any big declarations, it's clear that Bronny's future isn't just hype, it's a real project with real upside. And of course, we can't ignore the emotional side of this story. LeBron James is heading into what might be the final season of his legendary career. The idea of him sharing the court with his son, playing actual meaningful NBA minutes together, is historic. No father-son duo has ever suited up like that. And now, it's not just a marketing gimmick. It's a real possibility. Fans already go wild every time Bronny checks in. The energy in the arena shifts. The cameras lock in. And the crowd rises. Every time he touches the ball, people lean forward. Every shot he takes turns into a headline. But the spotlight hasn't rattled him. If anything, he seems to thrive in it. That kind of mental toughness, that ability to stay focused and humble while the world watches, is rare. And it's part of what makes Bronny so intriguing. Now the Lakers have a decision to make. Is Bronny just a story, or is he part of the solution? Can he be more than a legacy pick? Can he help this team win? All signs point to yes. And as the 2025 season approaches, all eyes will be on the James family. Because if Bronny can continue to grow, and LeBron can stay healthy, we might be watching something we'll never see again in the NBA. A father, a son, on the same court, wearing the same jersey, chasing the same dream, together. And that's bigger than basketball. The Los Angeles Lakers have made it clear they are actively searching for a reliable center to bolster their roster, and one name that keeps surfacing in trade discussions is Nick Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets. This isn't just speculation anymore. It's a real possibility that could reshape the Lakers' lineup for the 2025-26 NBA season. Nick Claxton has become a hot commodity around the league, and according to Matt Moore from Hardwood Paroxysm, the Lakers are genuinely interested in acquiring him. But why Claxton, and what would he bring to the table for Los Angeles? More importantly, how does he fit alongside the team's new cornerstone, superstar Luka Doncic? To understand the appeal, we need to look at what the Lakers have been missing. Since trading away Anthony Davis, the Lakers have struggled to find a dependable presence at the center position. During the recent playoffs, the starting role mostly fell to Jackson Hayes, who started in 4 of the 5 games in their series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. However, Hayes' performance left much to be desired. Averaging just 7.6 points and 2 rebounds in 31 minutes of total playtime, he failed to make the kind of impact the Lakers desperately needed. In fact, he was even benched entirely during the elimination game. This lack of production was glaring, especially in a team that has championship aspirations. With Davis gone, the Lakers' frontcourt was left vulnerable, lacking a true rim protector and an athlete who could guard the paint effectively while also keeping up in transition. The other centers on the roster, Christian Koloko, Trey Jemison, and Alex Len, saw limited action, and none are expected to return given their contract statuses and performances. Enter Nick Claxton, a 26-year-old big man who ticks nearly every box for what the Lakers need. Claxton signed a significant contract extension last offseason, $100 million through 2028, and will earn $26.1 million in the upcoming season. He's an experienced player with a strong track record, having played 311 games over 6 seasons, averaging 10.3 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 1.7 blocks per game. Claxton is not just a role player. He's a dynamic center capable of impacting the game on both ends of the floor. One of the key reasons Claxton fits so well next to Luka Doncic is his athleticism and versatility. He runs the floor exceptionally well, making him a dangerous rim runner on fast breaks, which perfectly complements Luka's creative playmaking. Claxton's ability to roll effectively in pick-and-roll situations provides Luka with a reliable target, opening up the offense and creating scoring opportunities not only for himself but for teammates as well. Defensively, Claxton is a proven shot blocker and rim protector. This is crucial for the Lakers, who were exposed defensively in the paint during last season's playoffs. Claxton's presence would provide a much-needed anchor for the defense, allowing perimeter defenders more freedom to guard their men aggressively while Claxton patrols the paint. Matt Moore highlighted that the Lakers and Nets have a history of trade dealings, which could make a deal for Claxton more feasible. Both teams know each other well, and the mutual trust could ease negotiations. The Lakers are reportedly serious about upgrading their roster to contend again in the Western Conference, and Claxton fits that blueprint perfectly. But, of course, acquiring Claxton won't come cheap. The Lakers will likely need to part ways with valuable assets to make the trade happen. Bill Simmons of The Ringer points out that Austin Reeves might be the key piece the Lakers would have to trade to get Claxton. Reeves is currently the team's most valuable trade asset, especially given the Lakers' dire need at the center position. Reeves has a guaranteed contract of $13.9 million for the next season, but has the option to become a free agent in 2026. This contract situation makes him an attractive piece in trade talks, valuable enough to draw a good return but with some flexibility for the Lakers going forward. Trading Reeves would not be an easy decision, though, as he has been an important contributor for Los Angeles. However, the urgency to fill the center spot may leave the Lakers with little choice. Another important factor is Jackson Hayes' reported frustration with his role last season. According to Anthony Irwin from Clutch Points, Hayes was unhappy with the limited minutes and how he was used, especially during the playoffs. He feels that the Lakers, specifically coach J.J. Redick, didn't utilize him properly, which affected both his performance and his market value for free agency. From the Lakers' perspective, there's a growing sense that Hayes may not be part of the team's future. His limited playoff role, combined with his impending free agency, means the Lakers will likely seek other options at center, making the potential addition of Claxton even more critical. Looking ahead, the Lakers' frontcourt needs a serious overhaul if they want to compete with the top teams in the West, many of which boast elite big men. Claxton's combination of defense, athleticism, and offensive versatility makes him a perfect fit for a team built around Luka Doncic's unique skill set. With Claxton running the floor and protecting the rim, Luka would have more space and freedom to orchestrate the offense. This could take the Lakers' game to the next level and finally give them a true presence in the paint that's been missing. Still, nothing is guaranteed until the trade deadline or off-season moves finalize. The Lakers' front office will have to weigh the cost of trading a player like Austin Reeves against the immediate need to strengthen their roster. They'll also have to consider team chemistry, salary cap implications, and long-term planning. One thing is certain, the Lakers are clearly signaling they want to compete, and securing a player like Nick Claxton would be a major step in that direction. For Lakers fans, the coming months could bring some exciting developments. Will Nick Claxton be donning the purple and gold next season? Will the Lakers make the tough decisions needed to build a championship contender? Only time will tell, but the buzz around Claxton and the Lakers' trade talks is heating up, and this story is far from over.